My physique went from this to this in 3.5 years. But it actually doesn't take that long to see some results, to see some progress. In a matter of 3 months, your classmates could take you serious. Girls would find interest in you, and your parents would finally treat you with respect you need. You could basically be a totally different person in 3 months. So just implement the things I will talk about in this video, and you will thank me in 90 days. So what we'll build is something called an aesthetic body. And the aesthetic body is basically 6 muscle groups. And these 6 muscle groups are the bicep and the tricep, basically arms. Then we've got the neck and the traps. These are basically one muscle group. Then we've got the lats you see right here. Basically the back, the bigger part of the back. Then we got the upper chest here. Then we got the abs, of course. And very good, the best muscle are the shoulders, especially the lateral delt you can see here. And these 6 muscles will build something called the V-taper. Something a V. You'll basically look like a V, and that just makes you look masculine, rugged, confident. But most importantly, it makes you feel confident, and it pleases me. It makes me feel like a fucking stud. And it will make you feel like that as well. But of course, these are not the only muscle groups we will train. We will train forearms, the legs, of course, can't skip leg days, the calves, and a lot of different muscle groups. But these are the muscle groups that build this nice V-taper. But before you start ranting to yourself, oh, I don't have a good enough genetics, I can't do it, man, it's too hard. Shut the fuck up. You have good enough genetics, everyone can do it. And like I said, and I mentioned in my course, the Aesthetic Blueprint, the most important things to achieve a good physique are patience, consistency, and grit. If you have these 3 things, you have basically won already. So if you never give up, you have already won. It's that easy. It's that freaking easy. Don't give up, and you have won. But before we get into the interesting stuff of all the routines and the workout plan you will get granted from me, we're going to talk about routine and habits. Because when you get all these things, the most important thing is consistency, and you build consistency with habits and routines. So when you get the workout plan, you will be training 3 times a week. Every single one of you watching can train 3 times a week. That's like 3-4 hours a week of training to look better than 95%. Yes, you can. So when you get these days, you will choose a specific time and days a week you will train. So for example, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You will always train those days. Of course, if you're not dying. But you always train those 3 days, and a specific time you will set. For example, after school. So from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Monday. And on Wednesday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. On Friday, 4 to 6 p.m. You always go training those times. Because then it becomes a habit, it becomes a routine. And when the ball is rolling, it's really hard to stop it. And consistency will become super easy. And consistency is the thing that will keep you apart from 95% of people. That's how you will build the aesthetic physique. Alright, now to your first action step. You will go into Google with your phone or laptop, and you will search gyms near me on your language, in English, whatever. Write it in. Pause this video right now. Pause this video right now and search that right now. Very good. So now you know where your closest gym is. The next action step is that you pause this video again. You go to your wardrobe and you just sacrifice, basically sacrifice. You just pick out a pair of shorts and a t-shirt, and these will be your gym clothes. So do that right now, pause the video and choose your clothes. Good, now that you've chosen that, you're basically ready to go to the gym. So now you're actually ready for the training program. So here you have the training program called Mere Beginner. Take a screenshot of it. It's from my course, the Aesthetic Blueprint, but I feel like it's really worth a lot and you will absolutely get some crazy gains of this. So take a screenshot. Good. and I will explain what to do. So as you can see, there is workout 1 and workout 2. And with these 2 workouts also come 2 weeks. Week A and week B. On week A, so if you now train 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, what you will do is, on week A, you will train Monday, workout 1, Wednesday, workout 2, and Friday, workout 1. That's week A. Then week B, you will train workout number 2 on Monday, workout number 1 on Wednesday, and workout number 2 on Friday. So basically 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's how you'll do it. Now you know that, you gotta figure out the forms. And there are 2 ways you can do this. You could either click the first link in the description, buy the aesthetic blueprint, and I will teach you personally and show you and explain as detailed as I possibly can how you can do all of these forms. Or you go to the gym, and then when you're doing the form, you just go into YouTube, you search, for example, pull-up form, and then you click search, and then you watch the first video, and you try to implement everything the guy says in the video, and there you go. But before you jump straight into ego lifting, or you're training super hard, you will need to learn the form. So you will watch the video, or watch me rant about how to get these forms perfect, and then you practice them. You don't go very hard, you go light. You have to get a feel for the form. Does this feel right? Alright, I'm not getting any pain anywhere. I feel quite comfortable. Now I can train hard. Because bad form with hard training goes together like this, and the outcome is injury. And injury is the biggest setback you can possibly get in your gym journey. It will set you back days, weeks, and even months. But if you take good form and high training, the outcome will be incredibly good results and good progress. So put 1 to 2 workouts on trying to learn the form. Take it slow, get comfortable with it, and when you figure it out, train harder and harder and harder. And that's the second tip. Train hard. Train with high intensity. Because when we go to the gym, our basic goal is to destroy our muscles. Because when we destroy our muscles, they will need to rebuild. And they will rebuild stronger. And the harder we train, the more we destroy our muscles, the more they can rebuild. So if we train very lightly and, oh, this was easy, this was hard today, the muscles will just get destroyed a little bit and just regrow a little bit. But if we really train hard as we possibly can, we will basically damage our muscles and then they will regrow even stronger. But that we actually can train as hard as possible, we will need to get the right warm-up. So before you even begin your workout, you will maybe skip some rope or take a little run or bike or something, so you feel at least a little warm. And then before each exercise, you do another warm-up. So for bicep curls, you do 1 or 2 sets of warm-up. For bench, you do a couple sets of warm-up. And for every exercise, you will use a different way for warm-up and different sets. For example, on bicep curls, it's a small muscle group. I'm not going that heavy on the dumbbells. So example, if you're going for 8 kilograms on your top set, basically the highest weight you will perform in that workout, for bicep curls, you will maybe take half of that, 4 kilograms, and do 1 set quite lightly till you feel like the blood is flowing and you feel ready. But on bench press, for example, where you're going heavier, you may need to first do the bar, then 40 kilograms, and 50, 60, and then you do that, and then so on. You gotta prepare your muscles. And the heavier you go, the more warm-up sets you need. 1 isn't enough in most cases. And after you've performed good warm-up, you will need to rest between the sets. Because now, if you do good warm-up, you will be able to train hard. But to actually be able to train hard in the next set, you need good rest. And the best thing you can do is just walk around the gym and drink a little bit of water. And then when you feel like you're ready, your body is ready, you do another set. But most people don't have time for this. So what they do instead is they set a timer. And this is what I recommend you. You go on your phone and you set a timer for maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and when the timer goes off, straight back into the set. But what I see also a lot of people doing is they just grab the phone and they go onto YouTube or Instagram, they just start doom scrolling in the middle of a workout. And then 15 minutes later, they realize, oh shit, I should have done a set. Now your muscles are cold. You have wasted 15 minutes in the gym. That's not nice, is it? So set a timer or be aware when your body feels ready. That's how easy it is. So now you basically have figured out the whole training part. Let's talk about diet. And you want to bulk. You want to gain muscle. And for being able to do that, you need to eat more calories than you actually need. And to find out how many calories you actually are burning every single day, you go onto Google, it's another action step, go onto Google and search calculator.net. And then you get into a website, and then you can click on calorie calculator, you press on that, and then you gotta write in some information about you, like height and how old are you and how often do you exercise, and then you click calculate. And then you'll see a number, maybe 2,500 calories. That is about how many calories your body is burning every single day. So if you eat 2,500 calories and your body burns 2,500 calories, that is, you won't go up, you won't lose, you won't gain weight, you won't lose weight. Very simple. But we want to gain weight because we want to gain muscle. And muscle needs calories. It needs energy and protein and some other stuff to regrow, to become bigger and stronger. So you can also click on weight gain and you will see how many calories you need to eat more to gain a certain amount of weight each week. But usually between 250 and 500 calories is more than enough to gain a couple kilograms a week, couple pounds a week. And we as students, we often can't really choose what we're eating. We can't really do a diet plan or something because our mothers are cooking at home, the school cafeteria is cooking at school, we are choosing on nothing. So that's quite important to have a backup plan. And that backup plan will be a calorie shake. There are very healthy calorie shakes, like 500 calories. You have the 5,000 calorie shakes, where it's just peanut butter and a lot of other things, and like burgers and whatever. But I think the middle is the best, a 2,000 calorie shake. And if you're interested about that, you can click the second link in the description, where I have made a full video about how to bulk up as a skinny kid. And I also have a full tutorial in that video how to do the Mare calorie shake. Every single ingredient, how to do it, everything is covered. So check that out if you want to. And also one small tip I can give you is that when you want to bulk, track your calories for 1 or 2, 3 days. Because if you track your normal foods that you're eating basically in a normal day, you will start to understand that, alright, that meal has quite low calorie. Maybe I should switch it out. Maybe I should switch my low calorie breakfast out for something with more protein and a little high calories. And after 2-3 days, you will understand, okay, this maybe has 500 calories, this maybe has 270 calories, this may have 800 calories. And then you can basically calculate out which things are good to eat and which things are bad to eat. So now you're basically covered. You got the training plan, you understand that you need to make a routine, how you're supposed to train, you're gonna learn the forms, you got your gym bag ready, your clothes in there, you got your nearest gym covered, you know diet, you have a backup plan if you need something. And if you even want to make faster progress and want a community, you can just click the first link in the description, the Aesthetic Blueprint, a course made by me where I explain everything I've learned on about the close to 4-year gym journey I have had. So thank you for watching, see you around.